we took it to the moon. So
good.
Yeah. Well, I would say, there's a lot of stuff that comes to mind in regards to this. I would say we talked a lot about people and relationships, but I think, we could all agree that the absolute most important relationship is that vertical line that we draw with God. And I think that having that first and foremost, no matter what kind of trials and tribulations that you go through, is absolutely the most important thing. So that's from more of like a faith perspective. I'd say from a business perspective, I think I would just say continue to really be a sponge, because that's like literally what we do. That's what I do, engaging with other people. It's like trying to make that person feel like the best person in the world and getting the most out of them. Just with every interview, you really learn something new. So I would say at that point in time, you're starting all over. It's like get really savvy with the business aspect of media. Because I could say right now, if we were to do it all over again, the very first thing that we probably would have done is start getting those emails, start really like understanding like the business side of like the media and stuff like that. Like, we've said that a big theme of this has been like people. And like, again, like early on, like, we didn't do a great job of like delegating those MWAs, the minimum wage activities, right? We interviewed a 195 million lumber entrepreneur in Houston. He said at a certain point, the business owner can't be worried about the price of the toilet paper, which is extremely true. So it's like early on, it's like, hey, this is the money that we're making. This is all what we're focused on. This is the kind of aspects of the business that we're going to run with. But it's like all these things that aren't, adding a lot of money and are very low leverage. Let's, get other people in. Like Grant said, it's like you got 3 employees, you got a problem. The more you scale, the more you grow. It's like, it's ultimately going to generate more revenue if you have the right people on the bus, the right people rowing the boat with you.
I probably tell myself 2 things. One is you got to change your environment. I feel like first of all, the DC area and just the people I was hanging out with were not really supportive of like entrepreneurship at all. And I feel like at times that would honestly create those thoughts of just like limiting beliefs. I can't do this. Like maybe am I doing this all wrong? Like, is entrepreneurship really for me? So one would be just change your environment. And then the second thing would probably be to eliminate your ego. Especially like when you're first getting started out, like it's okay to ask for help and just be completely transparent with people with where you're at and what you're struggling with. Because if you're not honest about where you're at or the things that you're actually struggling with and need help with, then you won't actually get the real answers that you want. You're just getting a half-assed answer, and you're not giving people the full picture, and they're not actually able to give you real advice on your current situation. So I'd probably say 1 is change your environment to people that are actually like-minded and are or are headed to where you want to go. And then 2, just eliminate ego, and it's okay to ask for help.
And one last thing I'll add on to this too, because it came to mind, is that another person that we had interviewed back in May was Dean Graziosi.